Welcome to TCTV News for the week of April 14th, 2025. I'm Ian Dolan.
And I'm Erin Bresnahan.
Well, the annual town meeting and town election are coming up pretty fast.
The annual town meeting will take place on May 14th at 6 p.m. in the Narragansett Middle School Auditorium.
And the annual town election will be May 19th, with voting at the Narragansett High School gym from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Do you know who's running? Here are the candidates that will appear on the ballot, with one contested race for a vacated select board seat.
TCTV is offering town election candidates on the election ballot video or audio shorts to introduce themselves to the public and state why they are running.
If enough candidates participate, we will make a Meet the Candidates show available for the week of May 12th before the May 19th town election.
Review of the town meeting warrant was tabled by the Select Board at its April 23rd Select Board meeting. The fiscal year 2026 budget adjustments will be on the agenda.
Our proposed FY26 budget relies on $50,000 in free cash, $50,000 from the Light and Water Pilot for Capital, and we are banking on $52,000 in staffing from a digital equity grant to fill a $53,000 personnel cut. We can't count on getting all of that. I request you consider increasing the free cash contribution to the cable department from $50,000 to $100,000 in the FY26 budget. FY26 at this point is not going to be funded to retain our present level of service or personnel. Without your help, the odds are long against us surviving. But with your help, the odds are in our favor.
One of the proposed town meeting articles questioned relates to a town property for a sewer tie-in on Baldwinville Road for a development off of Brooks Road. The developer seeks to run a sewer line through wetlands and still requires approvals.
It seems like we're asking town meeting to approve something that has an appeal in the process right now.
The question that Adam placed before the committee for the town warrant is to determine whether or not this easement, because it is surplus land, needs to go before a private firm for evaluation to create a value of this easement so that the developer can make a decision whether or not to proceed forward.
The April 9th Select Board meeting certainly had an ecological theme.
The board strategized opposition to Gardner's sludge landfill expansion, eliciting some strong sentiments.
Everything looks great on paper until you sit down and you really think about it and look at it. For instance, air quality. They want, and we asked that there be a better system in place for the public so that they don't get sick when the smell is obnoxious. So the end of my letter is the way they answered it back is they left it on the public still instead of using technologies that could alert the manager of the landfill that there's gaseous odors exceeding a certain amount. Get out there and do something. Don't let your residents get sick. Don't let the people of Templeton get sick.
I think the water department needs to start testing the public wells. I mean, we really have to be on the defensive here, you guys. This is not good for the town of Templeton. There's nothing more important than clean, safe water. This is a wake-up call. And I am worried and I am scared as a water resource person for many years. We need to be on the defensive. The town needs to start testing the water. We already know that stuff is leaching out all over the place.
People spoke on the public information meeting. They're still getting the stench. The cemeteries are still getting the stench. And there's no real hotline or available person on call to deal with it. So
Because if our wells get contaminated, well, we're some, in Garter. I mean, they have an existing problem. This is a problem they know about. They're not able to control it or do anything about it. It's seeping into the wetlands, that's going into the river, and it's gonna go through our town. With the existing landfill having its problems, they still want to expand. I mean, it's ludicrous.
I wouldn't say folks are sentimental for Gardner sludge.
This is not something that happened overnight. This has been going on for a long time. 15, 20 years ago, you didn't want to drive down Route 68. You couldn't stand the odor. We've all been there. We all can remember it. It's like, oh gosh, hold your breath. I'm not gonna make it. No, I kind of have, it's horrible.
Next stop for the nudge against the sludge, the Conservation Commission meeting of April 14th.
We are
we're
protected,
butters.
protectors of the water resources. Their pollution is going to affect our water resources.
What are you doing?
Practicing. I want to be ready if they do manage to push that through.
Well, the EPA update on contaminated Holman Street properties also was discussed.
I wrote, yesterday, Dear Wayne, I hope you're well, especially in this political climate. I'm wondering where 24 Holman Street sits with regard to your cleanup. I'm also wondering if you could give me a report on the entire 23 acres with regard to contamination level. Are there any specific clean areas? I've been trying to locate this online, but failed miserably. Peace, Terry Griffiths, Templeton Select Board. Hi, Terry. We are currently spreading topsoil and grass seed in the areas that were excavated. That work should take a couple of weeks and our response action will be completed. The phase 2 assessment report that you're probably looking for has been provided to the town last year by Jim Byrne, EPA Brownfields Coordinator. I believe the town had uploaded that report onto its website for people who want to review it. That report is too big to email. I would contact Jim Byrne if you still need to get a copy or have questions on that report. Residents are getting tired of this board not facing the potential threat of an incinerator going into Baldwinville and 500 tons of plastic feedstock infiltrating the air, the land, and people's lungs in however much, 500 tons a day. This town better pay attention.
I was in touch with Jim McQuaid at Mass DEP last week. There are no applications for anything. They cannot apply anonymously. I have it in writing.
Well, more big news was recently dropped on Templeton.
Former town administrator Adam Lamontagne was hired in Phillipston as the chief administrative officer.
What happened to the previous chief administrative officer in Phillipston?
She's in Templeton. Town accountant Melanie Jackson. Welcome to Templeton, Melanie.
So, Templeton's former town administrator is now Phillipston's chief administrative officer, and Phillipston's former chief administrative officer is now Templeton's town accountant.
And guess what else? Andrew Moser of the advisory committee resigned.
They're dropping like flies around here.
Thank you for your service, Mr. Moser, and best of wishes moving forward.
Can we move forward from the personal upheavals, or at least take a 5-minute break from rapid-fire resignations?
And we thought the frost heaves were bad this year.
Spring is a time of change, I guess.
It can be beautiful.
It also can be slush season, mud season, and bug season, or just fake spring.
We're putting winter in its place.
Are we, though? It doesn't know its place. You were over in March winter. Time to go to bed, now.
You tell them. It's also budget season, if you couldn't tell from the last month of news.
Isn't it always budget season in Templeton?
Well, when you have a tight budget, yeah, I guess so.
Speaking of that, we may need to order some mothballs.
Mothballs? Why? Do we have costumes to protect?
No, there's talk of mothballing certain town buildings.
Mr. Lamontagne, in order to make your budget, you are proposing that we basically take out of service Scout Hall and the Emergency Management Building and mothball them for the time being?
That is correct.
Now, Scout Hall is just a completed building with a working department in it, and we're just gonna close it up. Again, this is something that we can look at further down the view. Don't make the decision today, but leave it. You just complete, it's like, what, you build a brand new house and then you just shut it down and you move away?
Wow.
Which asks the age-old question, how many mothballs does it take to fill a town building?
We could have a contest, raise some money.
We'd need a lot of mothballs for that. It's not in the budget.
Nothing's in the budget. Where's our boss on this?
He's feeling mothballed. Wait, what's that? It's coming down Patriots Road.
I think it's Moth Blob.
We need Mothman.
Oh, wait. No, it's just Mass DEP, ready to complete the rotary, finally.
Let's send them to Royalston Road and the Main Street Bridge, maybe.
Those projects have been mothballed by the state.
Not so fast, Quick Draw.
Well, you build a brand new house and then you just shut it down and you move away?
In other news, Templeton has appealed a Gardner development near Templeton border and Patriots Road, Route 2A, for road safety reasons.
Whew, I think we got through all the news items.
How'd we do in time?
I think what I'm hearing in conjunction with the Chairman Machete, Tom, I think we moving forward with MassDOT, filing the appeal and see where this goes next.
Okay, so I'm doing both. Okay, got it.
I believe that's the consensus of the board.
Our mothballing fearing boss wants a snappier dialogue for better efficiency and cost reductions.
And look where that got him.
I have a question for you.
Oh yeah?
What is it? A GIF or a GIF?
Here we go. First, it was GIF, and then some said that it was GIF. Now it's back to GIF again.
It was a clear-cut case of GIF misinformation.
Or GIF formation.
What about IDIC?
IDIC?
You know.
I don't know.
I thought you knew these things.
It's I don't know.
I know you don't know. You just told me that.
No.
But I thought you did know.
No. IDK means I don't know.
So you want me to ask someone else? Here are some reminders for Templeton residents.
The monthly newsletter, known as the Senior Buzz, informs residents about all of the enjoyable events going on there.
See what's coming to the Senior Center in April and May. To sign up for the Senior Buzz, call the Senior Center at 978-894-2779.
We've got some cool events coming up in Templeton.
We sure do, like the annual Lions Club Easter egg hunt on the Templeton Center Common. The egg hunt will be on April 19th, starting at 10 a.m.
There will also be an Easter bonnet parade right before at 9:45 a.m. Decorate and show off Easter-themed hats to win a prize after the parade.
Second Chance Animal Services is hosting pet vaccine clinics in our area on April 19th. There will be a clinic in Barrie from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
If you missed that one, the clinic in Templeton will be from 1 to 3 p.m. Both clinics will offer rabies and distemper vaccines, as well as microchips.
The Gardner Area League of Artists, or GALA, will be hosting an Art Critique with Care event at the Old Murdoch School on April 26th. Bring up to 2 pieces of your art to display and get feedback from other attending artists.
Even if you don't bring your own art, you're still welcome to attend. This event is free for GALA members, and the first 2 classes are free for new artists.
Be sure to check the weather and rain dates for some of these events.
Oh boy, do we even want to talk about the weather?
One day it was in the 50s and 60s, the next day it was snowing. Why is the weather so chaotic in New England?
Should we get a meteorologist on the show to explain? That is, if there really is even a real explanation for this.
I don't think we have the budget for a meteorologist.
Oh, yeah, probably right. Well, I guess let's take a look at the forecast for the next couple of weeks. And here's some good news. Effective April 9th, Massachusetts Central Region has been downgraded to a level 1 mild drought status following 2 months of above normal precipitation.
Yay! We're only in a mild drought status now.
Which is still a drought status.
Mild, though, which is better than we were doing.
Upcoming meetings in Templeton include: the Planning Board meets on April 22nd, the Select Board will meet on April 23rd, the Board of Health meets on April 28th, and the Community Preservation Committee meets on May 8th.
Don't forget, the annual town meeting will be in the Narragansett Middle School Auditorium on May 14th at 6 p.m., and the annual town elections will be in the Narragansett High School gym on May 19th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
And remember, Templeton, you can keep an eye out for unhealthy air by checking the air quality sensor map. Go to the town website, templetonma.gov, and click the link. And now, for the Health and Wellness Report. Through March 29th, there were 20 molecular tests reported for COVID-19, and there was 1 positive result in Templeton. If you have any questions or concerns, please call 978-602-2356.
Also, Templeton, please don't feed the bears.
Wait, what does that have to do with health and wellness?
I mean, do you want to get eaten by a bear? I don't think that's good for anyone's health.
This has been TCTV News for the week of April 14th, 2025. I'm Ian Dolan.
And I'm Erin Bresnahan.
Happy Easter and Earth Day, Templeton. Oi! These aren't mothballs at all. These are ping pong balls. And now, a mental health moment.
I don't know, man. Facebook is driving me nuts.
Well, have you ever tried to get off of Facebook?
We have to use it for work. We produce a news feed on Facebook for TCTV. Real, objective, and impartial news on Facebook. Do you know how hard that is? It's insane. Facebook wasn't built for the truth.
Well, it sounds like to me you need to try and separate yourself from Facebook.
By the time I get home, I'm overwhelmed by fire hose of information. And that's just Templeton news. I have to unplug for a whole weekend, sometimes even longer. And people try to get in touch with me over Facebook because that's what other people use it for. I can't get any separation. I get no peace.
And how does that make you feel?
I just told you, it makes me feel stressed and overwhelmed. We can't keep up with it, and it's so just, it's just so stressful. And somewhere in my dreams, there's like mothballs, like a lot of them. I don't even know what. Wait a minute. Hold on. Are you? You're on your phone during my counseling session. Are you serious? You're supposed to be counseling me.
I'm following TCTV on Facebook. Wow. You know, this is a really great town resource. All the things you do, the news show, and recording meetings. Oh, that's so fun. You know what else you guys could do?
I'm out of here. No. I'm not doing this. I came here to get away from Facebook. By the way, do you have any mothballs?
Don't have mental health moments because of head-spinning news? Follow TCTV's newsfeed and get the information you need about your town.
Is it that easy?
Yes! Follow us today.
Okay, I'm done.